Let's start in Buffalo, where the Leafs struggle. They continued. They lost 5-3 to the Sabres, matching a season worst, but their fourth straight loss. But one of the stories that stole the show was Leafs head coach Mike Babcock, who was not happy about this. The Sabres' fifth goal of the game, scored by Johan Larsson, moments after making contact with the skate of Frederik Andersen. Babcock, challenge. It was not overturned. Babcock, I don't want you to read lips, kids, but I think he's saying, I do not agree with your call. In fact, I respectfully disagree. The explanation he was given...
Is that what he said?
I don't think so. The explanation that he was given contradicted a memo on goalie interference distributed by the NHL after the All-Star break, or at least that's what Babcock said.
Well, what I don't like is what the report that came out from the league is different than what they told me. They told me he was interfered with outside the paint, which is not true. And so that tonight is goalie interference any way you look at it. That tonight the goal's off. The coaches in the league, like, no one knows what's going on. So we better get it solved. Just saying, okay, just a statement and saying, okay, we're going to leave it the way it is. No chance. Let's get it fixed. Let's get it fixed before the playoffs so we all know the rules.
Is he right? Does it matter? Do we care more than the fans, or is this, in fact, something that could derail the playoffs and send us back to the Brett Hull in the crease goal?
Let's go back to that. 2 words, 1999. Maybe not 2 words. I was at a small station called the Score Television Network when this happened. And we, shout out the Score, we all saw it coming, Tim. Mm-hmm. The entire year it was a bleep show.
Right.
And Hasek, on his stomach, Game 6, the league were cowards to do a thing about it because they knew what that was. They knew, they left it to their own devices, the GM specifically, and it was chaos. Tim, we're looking at chaos. Mike Babcock, I'm pretty sure, isn't the most popular head coach among coaches because he makes a ton, and he's got an ego, and he's won a lot. Those guys aren't always popular. But the one thing I'm sure they can all agree on in terms of playoff teams getting ready for April is that as it currently stands, this is the most frightening thing from a rules standpoint the league has seen since that clip of Brett Hull and Dominic Hasek nearly 20 years ago. And I was really disappointed to hear Gary Bettman at the All-Star break sound rather flippant about it, to be honest with you. We're going to send a memo, and I just think we're overthinking it. Once again, nothing to see here. Everything's fine.
He thought he was solving it with that, and what he's done is quite the opposite.
I mean, how can someone say there was no interference before the goal? Because that's what the league sent out last night. How is there no interference? Now, I mean, the game was over, but that's not the point. The point is, Johan Larsson has to have that called back. That is hockey common sense at any level. And talk to me in an Eastern or Western Conference final or a Stanley Cup final when we're having the same discussion in May and June. Because we're going to be doing that. And Babcock knows it, and Laviolette knows it, and Sullivan knows it, and the teams that are the best in this league are terrified because they can't control that. There is no control. It's the Wild West. Roll the dice.
But does anyone,
we'll see what happens.
Do these people care about that?
You should.
Like when their team has it happen to them, I know we get all the tweets, but do they want some sort of conclusion? Because if not, I won't waste my breath. But if you guys want something, let us know, and we'll attempt to get something done by the time we hit the playoffs. Because I feel like this is 1999 all over again, and something's going to happen in the playoffs, and we're all going to go, I told you so.
Winnipeg,
and if it's your team, you're going to be pissed.
Winnipeg, you need to be worried. Leaf fans, you need to be worried.
It could be anybody.
Could be anybody. But it's from a Canadian standpoint, right? That's what we're talking about.
Right.
And it's going to be a lean Canadian year, it looks like, with the Flames in a second. You should be worried. This needs to get taken care of.